days like this had always brought out the best in you. Good night, my sweet eclectic angel.
You are listening to PIST
God, that pisses me off. It's like, I want to see the cheerleaders. I don't care about Old Spice.
Till midnight.
Dude, I'm super stoked. That's stoked and psyched if they had a kid together.
Winning the draft lottery is like seeing pictures of Hope Solo naked.
If the Eagles lose, it ruins my life until we win again.
Every Thursday from 10 till midnight.
Gene Steratore, I fucking hate you with a goddamn passion.
I am more fired up than Keith Richards with a wheelbarrow full of LSD.
This is PIST Till midnight.
Well, hello, boys and girls. Jesus Christ, I'm loud. Give me 1 second.
We can hear you loud and clear.
Yeah,
Kevin.
my God, dude. All right, welcome to PIST Til Midnight live from the new studio space here in Norfolk, kids. So stepping our game up, man. Look, split screen,
Right?
cat clock here. Gotta bring that.
Got all the things.
Yeah, man. So production values are stepping up. As always, you can head over to radiofradio.com/donate. To everyone who has donated, thank you very much. And to those who haven't, you should probably take care of that. We'd appreciate it. So, yeah, here we are. Thanks for being with us. We are joined by Brian Hinkey, head coach of Virginia Beach FC. Brian, how you doing? Thanks for being with us.
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely, man.
I got to correct you, though. It's VB City or Virginia Beach City FC.
Come on, Corey. Get with it.
I am not at all a soccer guy, really. I'm a football and hockey guy, so I'm kind of catching up soccer-wise, lingo-wise, thanks to my guy over there. Like, I refer to it as the pitch now. I'm aware of that. I'm aware that uniforms are called kits. So I'm 29 years old, and I'm finally learning all this stuff. So for people like me, man, who are kind of soccer ignorant or didn't really – basically because I didn't grow up watching the game or anything like that, man, if you could give us a little bit of background in terms of how the team got here and everything like that, how you got the job, and how we arrived at this point, man, with you guys.
Sure. The team started in 2013. We had a guy named Steve Wagner who was running a program out of DC. So he's actually working with DC United.
Okay.
In the league and was running their U23s and wanted to get a franchise going again in this area.
Gotcha.
There was a 4th Division franchise, the Hampton Roads Piranhas. And they ceased operations. So we looked at it and said, hey, we want to keep this type of a program going in the area. It's good for players. It's a good opportunity for local guys to train and play and to aspire for higher levels. So that's really kind of what precipitated us getting a program going.
Okay.
I actually coached Steve when I was in Northern Virginia coaching. He was on a U20s group up there that I coached. So, he got in touch with me and said, hey, you interested in this project? And I said, yeah, absolutely. It's something I'd be interested in taking on.
You all right over there?
Yeah. I'm just sharing the live link, man. I'm getting used to the.
You're getting used to this.
Yeah,
I've bored him already, huh?
No.
Don't let him lie to you.
Yeah, no, maybe just a little. No, you're not. James was already here once. I was not. So I'm a Taurus, so I'm a creature of habit. I'm not used to one screen being here and the other being over there.
Yeah, you've got a lot of action over there.
Yeah, I'm out of shape, so I'm not. I got to turn now, and I gotta bend the obliques and everything, which I'm not used to. So it's good. It'll get me in shape, though.
Yeah, it's one of those things. Is even coming in here tonight. I've been watching the stuff that we've been doing over the week with all the other shows, and it's kind of one of those things where, even watching the shows, it's still the first time, how it's different because we're used to Christmas lights and garage.
Yeah.
So it's great.
Which is great. But yeah, you're used to, like, we're popping our cherry now on kind of upping the production with you here.
So for me, being the resident soccer guy, went through kind of your profile, your background. You're both the head coach and the director of operations for the club. You hold your national A license and your national youth license. You attended Vanderbilt for a little bit and played there, as well as William and Mary. And then pro-wise, you've played with the Nashville Metros, and then you played in the Major Indoor Soccer League, which actually had a franchise here in Norfolk.
That's right.
The Norfolk Sharks. You actually played for them, as well as Kansas City Comets and the Cleveland Crunch.
Yes.
So
yes.
your background, you're stacked.
Yeah, I've got a little experience. Yeah, the licensing stuff, I think is important. It takes a lot of time to get that A license. The playing background, I'm like the guys that I coach now. I had that dream of playing professionally, and was able to at least get into those lower division leagues and
Right.
and actually get a paycheck, albeit not a very
It's
not a
something.
very big paycheck.
Right.
But it was fun. It was fun for a while, and it was exciting to be able to play at that level.
What, because you guys, VBCFC is in the NPSL, and in the American Soccer Pyramid, which is kind of a no-no term these days. It's essentially a third and a half tier. It's between third and fourth tier.
Yeah, it's considered fourth division.
Yeah.
So it's considered fourth division. USL and NASL are both now considered second division.
Right.
So there's a void at the third division
Yep.
level currently. So it'll be interesting to see what happens in the soccer market in the next year and a half to 2 years at that third division level.
Okay. What have you seen a significant difference? Have you had a chance to experience the difference between USL and NPSL, or maybe MLS and NPSL? What's kind of that gap like?
The MLS is a very high level. I think there's a pretty considerable gap between MLS and, say, a USL and NASL.
Okay.
Although there's players in there that could certainly play at the MLS level. I think between the NPSL and the Division II, there's a gap there as well. But I think when you get to the higher levels of the game, it's really about technical detail. It's about making good decisions. The athleticism, I think, is pretty comparable between NPSL and USL, and even the MLS, to a certain degree.
Okay.
But it's really just at the higher levels. It's being at the right place at the right time, as a player, and getting in with the right. It's not an objective process. It's very subjective. So coaches like certain traits, coaches like certain personalities. There might be an injury, and you happen to be the guy that's on trial.
Okay.
That week, and that gets you an opportunity to get minutes, with a first team and those types of things. So it's really it's a game of opportunity, at the higher levels, and I think it's ultimately there's not a huge difference. It's really those factors that are involved.
Okay. And going through the history of our club, of our local club, and some of the clubs that are in the area, if you look at teams like the Richmond Kickers, where they and competitions like the U.S. Open Cup,
Sure.
Which is a domestic competition for those who aren't aware. Besides the MLS Cup, there is the U.S. Open Cup, which any team in just about any division in U.S. soccer can play for. The Richmond Kickers won 20 years ago in one of their first seasons as a club. So that's a big spotlight. You guys played in that last year, if I'm correct.
2 years ago.
2 years ago. Okay.
Yeah.
How was that kind of experience and being in that kind of environment, that kind of pressure?
Oh, it's phenomenal. I mean, for us to be a fourth division team, to get to play against technically a second division team, it's a huge opportunity. So you go into that match, you're an underdog, and you give it your best shot. I mean, we played them pretty tight, in that match, and we really weren't far off. In fact, the Kickers recently lost to a men's league team, which would be a division below us.
Yep.
In the U.S. Open Cup. So it's just. It's a crazy game like that where you could be a complete underdog and squeak out a 1-0 win, and the rest is history. So, the U.S. Open Cup is something we want to be back in. It's a big goal for our team this season. The past 2 seasons we've missed it by 2 years ago we missed it by a tiebreaker.
Okay.
In our division to qualify, and then last year we missed it by 1 point. To qualify, and we actually had one match terminated in the 60th minute that we were down 1-0, which cost us 3 points. We at least come back and tie that match, then we're in the Open Cup. So
right.
The margins are very thin for us, to get back into it. But I think we've had a great start to the season, and that's definitely one of our goals. We want to be back in the U.S. Open Cup.
And what's the criteria for getting into the U.S. Open? Is there a certain place that you have to finish in conference?
Yeah, it's this year for us, we'd have to finish in first in conference to get a guaranteed spot.
Okay.
And our conference is a little different this year because we'll play 3 teams home and away.
Yep.
So we'll play 6 regular season games, and then we'll go straight into a semifinal and final. So it's almost like every game's a playoff game, which makes it really exciting, energetic, and I think it'll be great for the fans to get out and watch.
And that was another thing that I looked at, just going through. Last year, you guys finished 5-3-2, and the way that the conference worked last year, it was only the top 2 spots after the round robin got into the playoffs, which the NPSL has their own national championship, their own championship cup. And this year now, you had 6 teams in the conference last year. Now you have 4, and now you have a playoff. How does it make you kind of feel some sort of way? I mean, obviously clubs drop off if they fold, but it's kind of one of those nothing you can do, but it still kind of ticks you off a little bit, I would think.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, having 4 teams in the conference isn't ideal.
Mm-hmm.
There are interested parties, for next year.
Okay.
So I think we'll get back up to 6, which will be good. I actually kind of like the dynamic this year. I think it changes things a little bit. Every match is hugely important. We're playing for home field advantage.
Right.
In the playoffs. So if we can come in first place, then we're getting the semifinal at home. You win that match, then you're getting the final at home. So everybody's fighting for that first place spot, which I think makes it exciting. The games are going to be extremely competitive.
Mm-hmm.
And there's going to be there's some good rivalries that are starting to develop. We just played Fredericksburg on the road,
right,
and got 3 points, off of them, which was interesting because that was the team that we had the game terminated against, last year because of the weather.
Okay.
So it kind of spun around and karma magically appeared, and we were in the 80th minute, so we didn't play the last 10 minutes when the lightning struck, but we played a good match, won it 2-1. And that's a huge 3 points. Now we get to play those guys at home.
Okay.
We play Legacy at home, and then we have a home and away with FC Frederick out of Maryland.
Okay.
And if we can get through that, in first place, I think we're in a really good spot.
Okay. And for the folks, what are the dates and times for those matches? Do you know off the top of your head?
Yeah, we've got the home opener this weekend on June 3rd.
Okay.
It's a doubleheader, so the women will be at 4:30 and the men will be at 7.
Okay.
And then our next home game is June 18th.
All right. That's probably 7 o'clock start time as well, or maybe a little
7
earlier.
o'clock start time.
Okay. All right. So June 3rd, June 18th, both 7 o'clock, and then the ladies play June 3rd at 4:30 for the home opener as well.
That's right.
Corey, do you have anything? I've been hogging him for the past 10 minutes.
I know, right? Jesus, man. No, that's what I was going to ask you with the home opener coming up this week. Obviously, I'm sure you guys are scouting Legacy and have been for some time. What are some of the things that they do well and some things that they do not so well that you think you guys will be able to capitalize on?
Yeah, the Legacy has a lot of pace.
Okay. So
they play pretty direct. So if they're able to get behind you and get service into the box, they make it pretty difficult. I think where we match up really well is we like to play a possession style. Really have some very creative players. So we'll look to combine a lot in and around their 18, and I think we'll cause them a lot of problems.
Okay.
With that, but I think their strength is against us is going to be on the counterattack and using a lot of pace. So. We've been preparing for that all week, and to make sure that we're prepared, to deal with that side of it. But I think we have a lot of quality in our team. We're going to create chances, no matter who we play against, and it's just a matter of us sticking them away and making sure defensively we're compact and keeping things tight, and just working as a group. So yeah, I mean it's going to be a good match. Legacy is down a little bit. They had they've got 1 point out of 3 matches.
Okay.
So they're a little bit behind the 8 ball. Whereas we're feeling pretty good about ourselves with 4 points off of 2 road games. So we've just got to make sure mentally that we stay into it. That we're checked in and we're making sure that we're taking our chances and putting these guys away.
Awesome, man.
Corey, do you know what the 18 is?
Nope. Wait. The date of you guys' next home game.
Hey, no, not the next one, but the one after.
Well, yeah, the one after the opener. The one after the opener.
Silly hockey guy.
Are you gonna get out to the match?
I am. I actually. Well, this weekend's my son's birthday, so we're doing his party on Saturday. The game on the 18th is the one I'm going to be tagging along with him too.
Okay.
So
okay.
I'm going to be. You guys are going to be popping my soccer cherry, man. So I'm excited to come out and check you guys out, though, man. Your logo is phenomenal. I love the logo, man. Like, I keep looking it out here. I was looking at the schedule and everything.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a cool logo. The guy who did our logo also has done a lot of branding for Major League Soccer.
Okay.
We've come into this thing to do things with quality. So I appreciate you saying that. I mean, we definitely spent a lot of time making sure our logo was looking sharp.
It looks real clean. I love the colors too, man. I love the colors.
What So for me, and get a little personal with the questions. For me, I'm a Manchester United guy.
All right.
Corey is a Crystal Palace guy by the fact that he's an Eagles fan for NFL, but he holds a special place in his heart for Tottenham and West Ham. Because why, Corey?
Because they have ham in their name.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is my rooting interest in soccer. And what is it? Emma? Who has the Philly Union? Is that MLS?
Yeah, that's MLS.
Okay, because I'm from Philly, so I'm a Union guy by default. But I couldn't name you a single player on their team, outside of I think Thierry Henry was on their team at one point.
No, that was Red Bulls.
Yep.
Okay, see, I'm gonna just mute my mic real quick.
I got to give you a best.
Yeah, I know.
So your teams here as.
My teams. Well, tonight my team's Cleveland Cavaliers.
Ugh.
Okay.
It's my team tonight. Soccer teams. I don't really have a team.
Really?
I don't really have a team. No, I growing up, I always watched the Cleveland Force. That's who I grew up with. That was a major indoor soccer league team.
Okay.
So went to all those games, but back then, I mean, you'd catch like an Italian league game on, or something like that. And I'm probably a little older than you, and probably dating myself, but
a little bit.
yeah, I mean, I like the EPL. I like German soccer a lot. Bayern Munich and those types of teams, and Barcelona's, and I can't say that I have a team.
Okay.
Other than the U.S. national team, I would say that's a team that I root wholeheartedly for.
Did you get up this morning to watch the U20 game?
I did. Yeah, 6-0.
6-0.
That was pretty good.
And that
team looked good.
We will touch on that later. Actually, heck, we can touch on it now. The U.S. men's national team, they're in the U20 World Cup. They made the knockout rounds. Played New Zealand this morning, won 6-0, Corey. That's a hockey score.
That is, especially when you got Pecorine in that.
Yeah, right? Sorry, Nashville.
Yeah.
It's one of those things have you seen any of those guys on the circuit, any of the young guys in that squad?
A few of them. Kellen Acosta.
Yep.
I mean, he's in the MLS now.
Yeah, he's playing for Houston. No, he plays for Dallas. It's Ricardo Clark that plays
Dallas,
for Houston.
Yeah, but a lot of those guys are still pretty young guys. So
yeah. And what's kind of obviously 6-0 is a huge win. They play New Zealand, which for any level of soccer, New Zealand's kind of mid-range. So yes, it's a great win. 6-0 is always a great win in soccer, but it doesn't really speak to the kind of opponent I think they played. Obviously, going farther, they've already beaten Senegal, who just got knocked out. France got knocked out, so there goes a little more competition. We've got Venezuela coming up. We've got Portugal possibly on the other side in the semifinal, and then potentially seeing England or who's the other team? Zambia, that beat Germany. So kind of going forward, what's kind of the expectation out of those guys, do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I think the U.S. has a good chance. I mean, the quality of players is definitely getting higher.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of those guys are now professionals, whereas in the past they would have been college players. So they're now in professional environments where the expectations are higher, the level of play is higher, the professionalism is higher. So the game is really starting to build in this country, and our younger players are now in professional environments. So I think they've got a an excellent chance. You know, I don't think it was a fluke that they won 6-0. I mean, the quality was there today.
Right.
And it's getting better and better. But the youth side also, you can't put a ton of stuff. Oh, sorry.
Hello.
Hello?
How's it going?
Chilling and shit. It's
Sorry to
Taz.
cut you off there, Brian. Who's calling?
Huh?
Who's calling?
Taz.
Which show are you calling for?
The chocolate milk and waffle show.
Well, unfortunately, dear, the Chocolate Milk and Waffle show is over. They did end at 10.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. So whose show am I calling?
This
We're
is
the sports
sports
guys.
show. It's
Shout
PIST Til
out.
Mill night. Yeah. So we're in the middle of an interview right now. So if you want to call back here in about probably
I will.
15, 20 minutes, you can.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
All right.
Thank you.
All right. Thanks.
Bye.
Not optimal timing there. Sorry, Brian.
Give me a heads up, genius.
Well, I was working. I forgot that when you hit the thing,
It does the
background
thing.
noise comes up.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
as soon as that happened, I went shit.
Yeah, I understand.
So
You guys don't screen your calls around here or what?
that's about to start.
Well, that's the thing is we've actually been doing that a lot. 'Cause
Yeah.
it's one of those things is because we have so many shows here on the station, we get a multitude of different callers. And the calls that we take, usually from really avid sports fans. And then a lot of folks will get Chocolate Milk and Waffles that was on before us. We'll get folks for show on Wednesday nights, the 7 Says. So it's kind of one of those, is this a number we recognize?
Yeah.
No. With the NPSL being 4th tier, there is kind of a huge debate going on here in the States. Relegation, promotion, should we do it? Should we not do it? What's kind of your ideas there?
I think it'll happen in time.
Okay.
The problem is, if you have an MLS franchise, you're worth hundreds of millions of dollars.
Mm-hmm.
If you have a USL franchise, maybe you're worth $10 million.
Right.
So how do you justify that financial difference, from a promotion relegation standpoint? So I think that's the challenge.
Okay.
I think it could potentially happen earlier at the lower divisions, and that's why I'm excited to see what transpires with like Division 3 and Division 4 and Division 2, because I think at that level you could probably do it. MLS, it's going to be tough, just because of the valuations on the clubs.
Okay.
But I think it would make it more exciting for the fans. I think it would build the game at a grassroots level a lot quicker. I think you'd see more investment from sponsors. I think you'd see more interest in a promotion relegation system. Not to say that the interest isn't growing now. I mean, you've got teams, getting 30, 40,000 fans at a game, for an MLS game. But,
Right.
But I think that's going to be the challenge. I mean, if you're LA Galaxy, where do you really get relegated to at this point?
Right.
So, I think that's just got to build over time. The pro game's still so young in our country. I mean,
It's like 20 years old.
20 years old. I mean, that's nothing. I think another 10 years we may see something, of that nature, which would be cool.
Yeah.
I think that would be, and for a club like us to be able to play for something like that, I think it would draw a ton of attention in the area, and it would be an environment that would be, I think, beneficial for the sport.
Okay. Because it's one of those things. Is I've had discussions with some of my friends just through soccer, and obviously the disparity that you spoke of is between MLS and then the USL and NASL. It's kind of, these are the guys. This is where you get all your overseas talent and everything in the MLS, and then that second level they can hang, but they just don't have the money to hang long enough. And just the kind of the thoughts that I've had run by me is, in the lower leagues, have a regular promotion and relegation system. And then about every 5, and then have the same thing between MLS, NASL, and the USL if you can get that disparity gap closed. And then every 5 years, you kind of look at some of the teams, and it'd be like a 5 year, like they do in Mexico with their leagues. Over a gap of about 5 years, you'd kind of see where teams, if teams are hanging at first and second place, in their respective leagues, bump them up to Nassau, bump them up to the USL,
Yeah.
and maybe take some of those teams that are not doing so hot and drop them down in the MPSL and the PDL. See if you can even it out that way. But obviously, with American soccer, who knows?
Yeah, and there have been USL clubs that are now MLS clubs. I mean, you look at Orlando, for in Atlanta, that were USL markets that are now now MLS markets. So I think MLS has to get probably to about 40 teams. If MLS can get in 40 markets, then they could have a promotion relegation that I think would work.
Right.
Because there's still excitement even if your team gets relegated.
True.
Because now you're back into it and you're looking to get promoted, the next year. So I like it because it's more of like a free market type system, which it seems America would be champions of that.
You'd think.
But I mean, right now it's really a kind of a centrally controlled system. Where MLS really pulls the strings most times and it's probably been better that way. Just it's made it more sustainable,
right?
Over time. But I think everything will change. Everything will change over time, and as the investment starts to grow and the financial side of it can get worked out, then I think we could see that type of system. But again, the game still has to grow, and I think if MLS can get to 30, 40 franchises, you may start to see a model where you have 20 teams in Division 1, 20 teams in Division 2.
Okay.
And then now you have your lower divisions. Could MLS do something with USL? Who knows? There's a lot of different things that could happen. So, yeah, I mean, I think you're exactly right. I mean, it's you never really can tell.
No.
But the cool thing is there are people that are investing in the game. There's more business savvy in terms of what's happening with franchises and the business side of it, where we do have sustainable models for professional teams. Whereas in the past, even with like the Hampton Roads Mariners and things like that, it's almost like those clubs were kind of on an island and they played in the league and there wasn't as much support, as you have now. So there's a lot of good, robust things happening. It just takes time, and I think that's the biggest part of it.
All right. Corey, I've got 2 more questions. Do you have anything else? I'm sure you probably do, actually.
You need to learn more about soccer, man.
I know, right?
Do you know what the 18 is? The 18-yard box?
No, I know nothing about soccer. That's half the time when he talks about it, I can't even get names right from some of the people he's talking to. And that's a lot of it's. I just didn't grow. I grew up on football and hockey.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so it's one of those things where, with soccer just now kind of blowing up here in the States. The only time I would watch soccer is once every 4 years for the World Cup. I was that guy. And even then, out of default, I root for America.
I keep you both.
But I can't, which is fine. But
there's nobody else to root for.
Yeah, exactly. There's no, I don't know anybody on the team. There's no really vested interest there or anything like that. Whereas with the Eagles and Flyers, I know all the players and things like that. So, how does it with the team being around here and everything? Do you? Long term for yourself, do you, and again, this, I could probably word this a lot better, but just not being a huge soccer guy, for yourself, is there any goals of potentially becoming like an MLS head coach? Would you like to progress yourself as a career at some point should the opportunity arise?
Yeah. I mean, I want to continue to progress as a coach, and I do a lot in the youth side of it as well.
Right.
So our club has a youth component that we just started this past year. So I love doing the youth side of it. I love doing the 4th division team. So yeah, I mean for me it's not, I don't know how feasible it is to become an MLS coach. But absolutely, I want to keep progressing, keep growing as a coach and as a person, and keep taking on bigger and bigger challenges. So,
right.
Taking on this was a big challenge. It was almost essentially like starting a business from scratch and building it and building this brand and getting people to start to get out and support matches and support the team. So, I mean, of course, I have aspirations to coach at the highest level that I can, but ultimately my goal right now is I want to see VB City to be a be a professional team.
Right.
You know, where we have 15 to 20 matches. You know, we're playing out of a nice stadium, and you know, really building the game in this area and connecting with other soccer people as well. You know, it's
Right.
not just about, you know, VB City, but it's also about connecting with other people in the soccer community, as well as the community in general. You know, I think to grow the game, I've got to get people like yourself to, you know, to come out to matches and support it and get to know the game a little bit more and get into it. And so yeah, I mean, that's really my goal right now is to see that happen and see it through.
Right. Well, for whatever it's worth, like I said, I'll be there on the 18th. So you're getting a newbie there. So
I like it.
Bring Shannon and the boy.
yeah, lug the whole family, man.
Yeah, man.
The whole family.
Yeah.
We'll cheer, not because I'll have to listen to this guy and have him teach me every step of the way.
Well,
But-
we need a drummer for our armada.
He's a drummer.
Armada.
This is perfect.
We need somebody to bring a drum out there. Yeah.
I can't bring it. I sold my drum set back in the dark days, but
Genius.
if somebody has a drum set available, I can play it.
Hey,
Well, we don't need a whole set. We just need one of those.
Just one?
just one big one.
Just one big drum to beat on.
One
Yeah.
big one. I'm sure you still know the band teacher over at Kickitan.
Yeah.
Might make a few calls.
We need a,
There you go.
Yeah, we need a chant leader. We need to get some chants going.
Okay. Got to get the ultras out there and
Might
get them
actually
going.
be able, yeah.
Actually, I know a guy who's perfect for this too, so we'll talk later.
Yeah.
But Corey, you actually led me into this. This was perfect. And as obviously helping out in the local community, do you still work with Beach because I know we've got the academy for VB City.
Yeah.
And then you did work with Beach for a long time as well, right?
Yeah, I did work with Beach FC for about 4 years.
Okay.
I was 4 years at Beach FC.
So in growing the youth movement, because that's where the fans are going to come from, and that's, you know, you get the kids involved, then you get their parents involved. You get the parents involved, you get the whole family involved, and then it kind of grows from there. What's been kind of a big thing for you guys as far as being able to get the academy going, getting the kids in, and, you know, even with VB City and with Beach FC?
Yeah, I mean, I don't work with Beach FC, you know, any longer. So,
Right.
So we're, you know, in some ways competitors, I would say.
Okay.
You know, in the youth market, but, you know, still, respect those guys obviously a lot. You know,
Right.
that I worked with and have have fond memories of working there, and still in touch with a lot of people that I worked with there, whether they be parents or coaches or players, and still working with a lot of those families. So, yeah, I mean, ultimately, one of the reasons we created this program was to make the higher level tangible for young players. When they can come out and see a Division I college level player or a former professional player, they can see the speed of the game. They can see what's required. You know, a lot of times we'll have our first team players, coming on after our youth team players.
Okay.
Our training.
Yep.
So they're starting to get to interface with, with our first team men's and women's players. So really, my goal was to create that environment. We're starting to see that, come to fruition. It's great to go out to the fields. We train over at Norfolk Collegiate, which is a beautiful facility, two
Right.
lighted turf fields. We'll have our youth teams out there, and then on come our men's and women's teams, and there's a lot of good energy to it. Some of our first team guys are now starting to coach, the youth players as well, and providing that level of mentorship that I think will be needed for players to reach the highest levels of the game. So, for us, being involved with youth programs is important. For a couple reasons. One, to be involved and to help kids progress and help them with their technical skills and to be good people and good work ethic.
Mm-hmm.
The other side of it is for those players that aspire to play at a professional level. I think we need to try to provide that environment as best that we can, and that vision is starting to become a reality, and it's pretty exciting. I mean, we've had players that were in our summer academy program that are now playing on the first team.
Oh, wow.
We've got a group of older girls players that are now, as high school players, getting opportunities with the first team and being able to play against the WPSL level, like the Washington Spirit,
yeah.
reserves. So they're playing against players that are just
They've made it.
They've made it, and they're not too far from being on the first team of the professional women's league. So,
Right.
yeah, it's really just about exposing players to that and having that type of environment, and it's exciting. I mean, the kids love it. The parents are starting to get into it. You know, now that we've built this youth academy, which, you know, last year was pretty small. Now we're going to more than double in size.
Awesome.
You know, which shows that, you know, we're putting a quality product on the field.
Absolutely.
We've got good staff. And we've got good facilities. You know, building all that has taken a lot of effort and a lot of energy, but it's really starting to pay off now. And you know, in the next 5 years, I mean, one of our boys groups are U15 and U14 boys groups. I mean, those guys in 4 years will be representing, you know, VB City, but will have come through the youth academy system.
Wow.
So really building that professional model is really what we're about.
Okay. And then for myself, I have kind of a selfish question. My aspirations are to coach soccer professionally. And I finally got to do some of that this year, coaching my high school team.
Sure.
My kind of probably drawback is the fact that I didn't play in college, and I didn't play beyond 19 years old. So my question kind of to you is, have you run across anybody, or is there kind of a specific path someone might take with getting their licenses, but also getting into clubs on a more professional level, or maybe a collegiate level? Obviously the opportunities are out there if you apply and put yourself out there and kind of show up at the doorstep every day, but it's not something that, especially between coaches at the youth level and the high school level, it's not really talked about. So I was wondering if you might have some insight on that.
Yeah, I mean, in terms of getting your licensing, it's pretty easy. You know, you just sign up. You get
Except for the money.
You get your yeah. The higher licenses get pretty expensive, but you know, you start with your F license,
right,
and then you go into your E license, D, and then so forth and so on. You know, but also, you know, just because you played doesn't make you a great coach.
Right.
You know, I think. You know, I was a high-level player, but it took me a while to become a teacher. And I think as a coach, that's really what you are. Is you're a teacher. It's not about you anymore. You've got to strip away the ego, so to speak, and just make sure that you're always out there for the player first, and have that mentality. So, yeah, I mean, that's the biggest thing to me was really just becoming a good teacher. You know, It's not always necessarily about soccer. You know, I read a lot of books, you know, that are psychology and teaching based and those types of things that are really outside of just the sports realm. You know, to be able to deal with players, you know, whether they're 3 years old all the way to, you know, 35 years old.
Yeah.
So I've worked hard over the course of, I mean, I started coaching when I was 24. So I've been coaching, you know, over 15 years, and it's taken a while to really reach that level where I can work with a 3-year-old, and an hour later I could work with you know, a semi-professional group. So
okay,
I think the biggest thing is getting out there and coaching. You know, getting out there, working with players. You know, getting around other people that can help you.
Okay.
And mentor you a little bit, and being involved in a lot of different capacities. You know, and that to me, I think is the best way to do it. Go out and watch coaches. You know, I love to go out and watch coaches coach. Yep. Because I always learn something. Because everybody has a different way of doing things, and a different perspective. And I've always enjoyed just being able to sit back, watch, take some notes, and say, man, I really like that, but maybe this is how I would change it. Yeah. You know, and adapt it for what I want to do. And a lot of it's just, you know, you've got to study. I mean, it's like anything else. You've got to study. You got to put the time in. But the biggest thing is just getting out there and coaching and seeing what works and what doesn't, and being around people that can help you, you know, and mentor you in that way.
Okay. And here's a fun one. Who do you think that your coaching style most mirrors? Whether it's, you know, maybe a coach, you know, or a professional coach that's kind of on the international or professional level?
Yeah, I've just never really thought about that.
There you go.
Yeah, it's hard to say. I mean, it's coaching it's such a personal thing with your team. I mean, you could look at any coach and kind of see how they act on the sideline and things like that, but you don't really know what's going on in the locker room, and that's really where the coaching happens. I mean, it's not always so much during the match. It's how do you deal with the player when they're frustrated? How do you deal with a player when they're too excited? And there's always so many different factors that are involved. I mean, players having babies and that factors in, and they're just going through normal life things. So yeah, I mean, I've never really compared myself, I don't think, to anyone else.
Okay.
I've had a lot of good mentors. Ken Krieger was a guy that I worked with in Northern Virginia. His daughter Allie Krieger plays on the women's national team. I wouldn't say that we're hugely alike, but I learned a ton from him.
Okay.
And really just kind of took things that he was doing and you kind of make it your own. So I've always viewed it as as a coach, I've got to find my own identity. It's not about being like somebody else or doing doing things somebody else's way. It's really just about being me and being real and making sure that players and myself have good levels of communication.
Okay.
I'm really, I consider myself kind of more of a player's coach. I'm not going to be a guy, a yeller and a screamer and a dictator, type guy. I want communication. I want players involved. I want players to ask questions. I want players to come to me and say, hey, what can I do better? What am I doing well? And wanting that feedback. So for me, communication is huge and just being able to relate to the player, having playing experience, I think I'm able to do that. So yeah, that's a tough question. I don't really know how to answer it.
Okay.
Other than, I really just try to be me and have my own voice and my own way of doing things.
All right, I'll twist it around a little bit then. Are you more Jose Mourinho when nothing's happening on the field and you just sit back, or are you Jurgen Klopp and like up on the touchline shouting instructions? Do you kind of get at the referees a little bit?
Yeah. I mean, probably a mix of the two.
Okay.
There's. It just depends on the match.
Right.
I think a lot of when I'm coaching youth players, I'm very subdued.
Yeah.
I do all my coaching, in training and the game's not so much about the result. It's about
what did you learn? How can you improve? What have you done well? What can you do better?
Yeah, it's really purely teaching. The cool thing about the NPSL side is we're there to win the match. So I can get a little bit more animated, a little bit more into it. I can get into a referee, every once in a while when it's necessary. But yeah. I mean, it's it's a little bit of both. I mean, there's not so much coaching you can do in soccer,
right?
When you're on the sideline, but you can make little adjustments here and there that matter. So it's more about trying to keep yourself emotionally as even keel as possible. And just making sure that you're constantly analyzing things versus getting yourself emotionally wrapped up into what's happening on the field.
Have you ever gotten tossed?
Oh, that's what I was just
Corey lives. He exists.
Yeah. I actually got tossed last year.
Okay.
I got a red card last year.
How's that?
Yeah, it actually worked out because the referee called a PK.
Yeah.
It was actually a female referee. Not that I don't think that matters. I don't think that necessarily matters, but she was quite a ways away from the play, and I kind of took exception to it.
How can you see it from half field type deal?
Yeah. So she tossed me, and I made sure to take some time because it kind of iced the guy who was taking the PK.
Yeah.
Guy ended up missing the PK, and we got out of there with at least a tie and got a point on the road. So it actually worked out. So it was worth getting the red, but that's the only one I've had in the 4 years.
Have you seen her since then? Did you make amends?
I haven't. I shouldn't even have mentioned the gender because it really didn't matter. But
yeah, we don't care around here.
No, it doesn't. But it enhances the story, though. It's another detail.
It's flavor.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't take it in that direction. I mean, I treated her like I would treat any other referee.
Any referee, you suck. You're blind. Get off the field. What are you doing here?
Yeah. They have a tough job. I mean, they have a tough job. So,
yes.
I respect the job that they do. I take exception when when they make too dramatic of an impact.
Yeah. In the moment, it's a lot harder to.
Sure.
All right. And then, Corey, do you have anything else? Because I've got one final. I know I said I had 2 questions like 7 questions ago.
No, you're good. Fire away, man.
All right. My last one for you. How long till the United States wins a World Cup?
50 years.
Nah, we're not far off. I mean, we almost made it to the semifinal. When was that?
2002, yeah.
2002. Yeah, I was watching that game in a field. Where was I? Tennessee. We were in Tennessee. You know the Bonnaroo Festival?
Yes.
Yeah, I went to the first Bonnaroo Festival. We hooked up a TV to a little generator that we hooked to our car, and we were able to watch that.
Wow.
Watch that match. Yeah, I mean, I don't think we're far off. I really don't think we're far off. It's just, in the World Cup, I mean, once you make it out of the group stage, it's like
do your job.
It's like the NCAA tournament. I mean, you're just trying to win matches. So, yeah, I mean, I think we have a long way to go, but I think. I don't know. I want to say, within the next 3 World Cups, we'll have a chance.
So potentially by the time that we get to World Cup here in 2026.
Yes.
All right.
2026, we win it at home.
That would be sweet.
I love that. I
That'd be
love
sweet.
that.
That'd be nice.
Now, are we going? I'll follow up for this. Now, are we going to set up a VB City bus party to the World Cup final so we can all go to the final?
And we get backstage passes.
Yes.
Absolutely.
All right.
Yeah, we'll pull some strings for it.
All
Yeah,
right.
because by then, dude, I'll know soccer by then, man.
He'll even know what offside is.
Yeah, maybe.
It's not much different than hockey.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah, it's not
awesome.
much different
Just
than
no,
hockey.
just no line involved.
I already know
Yeah.
a rule.
Yeah.
I had to explain offside actually to my mom last night because we were watching the game.
Really?
Yeah, she had no idea.
Yeah, people get
People don't get offsides. They don't get it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It's one of those obscure
But
rules.
it is similar to hockey, though. I mean, it's like you can't once the ball is played, you can't be behind the defense.
Okay.
essentially.
Gotcha.
So it's like, in hockey you have to either cross the line with a puck or
Right.
play it into the zone before the guy can cross
right.
the line. So just think of the line as the back line of defenders.
Okay.
You just can't be behind that line when the ball is played.
Unless
That
the
makes sense.
goalkeeper
That
comes
makes
out
sense.
on a goal kick or on a corner kick or a free kick, and then I've confused him all to heck. So
Yeah, let's just be happy I learned the rule.
I know I'm not. All right, well, Brian, it has been an absolute pleasure having you on. Just for you guys again, home match Saturday, June 3rd. There's. You want to go ahead and give them all the info, the parade and everything, women's match, your match.
Yeah, plug everything.
Yeah. Women's match will start at 4:30, so it's a doubleheader on June 3rd. Men's match will start at 7 p.m. Tickets are $7 online, so you can get tickets at vbcityfc.com.
Okay.
$7 online. They're $9 at the door. We also have a club meeting and tailgate at the field house, and we'll be doing tailgates for all of our home games.
Awesome.
In conjunction with the field house. Field house is an awesome facility. The kids will be able to play on the fields. We'll have some of our players there to sign autographs and do player appearances and jump on the field with the kids. The field house will be doing beer specials and kind of tailgate food specials, and they've got some great concessions over there. They told me the other day they've got barbecue, and they've got some they got awesome food there. Mexican food as well.
I used to work there.
Oh, did you really?
Yeah, I worked as a camp counselor for one of the summer camps they run.
Okay.
So they've got like a whole Blue Moon bar thing in there. It's awesome.
Yeah, they've got good beers and good food. So come out there beforehand and then head over to the stadium. We'll do this Saturday the doors will open at 3:30, and then we'll march over to the stadium at about 5:15, 5:20 at the halftime of the women's match, and then people can catch the second half of the women's game and then stick around for the men's. So it's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be a lot of fun. We'll have there'll be a lot of people, and the matches are going to be exciting. And the next match after that will be June 18th, home match, and we'll see kind of how the playoff run goes.
Now, is that FC Fredericksburg or is that Fredericksburg FC?
That'll be Fredericksburg FC.
Okay, so a replay of the 2-1 victory you guys had last week.
Correct.
Okay,
Yes. Yeah.
So 2 big teams, and Legacy plays up at Warner Stadium up in Williamsburg. Fredericksburg, obviously, up in Fredericksburg. So 2 teams coming down here. It's going to be awesome. Brian, again, thank you very, very much.
Hey,
coming
thanks for
on.
having me, guys.
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely.
I will be there on the 3rd, and then Corey and I will be there on the 18th. So if you guys want to come out with us, you are more than welcome to. We'd love to have you guys.
Beer specials on the 18th too, right?
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Awesome. Yeah. Fieldhouse will have that running all season long for home games. So
Awesome.
you jump out there early, beer specials, and then head into the stadium, and they'll have beer there too.
It's
Awesome.
on. It's on.
Corey,
Thank you.
Plenty of beers.
Yeah, thank you. All seriousness, thanks for being with us. Thanks for dealing with the dynamic of a guy like him that knows what he's talking about and an idiot like me. So we really appreciate you dealing with us for a full hour, man. And all kidding aside, I look forward to being out there in 2 weeks with you, man. Appreciate you coming on.
No, thanks for having me. And
Absolutely.
And, I really. We'll get you caught up, man. We'll get you
Good.
caught up this
Good.
summer.
Hope
Good.
you're ready.
And we need a drum. We need a drum, and we need a chant leader.
All right,
Those are the big things we
I
need.
can do those things in return for learning soccer. So
You want to hit halftime, bud?
everybody wins. Yeah, we're going to go ahead and take a break. We'll be back here shortly after I get a cigarette in me and stretch a little bit, do some cardio.
Yeah.
So, again,
Walk
thanks.
Brian to the car.
Yeah, exactly. Thanks to head coach of Virginia Beach City FC. I'm going to get it right this time.
Hey.
Virginia Beach City FC head coach Brian Hinkey. Coach, thanks again for being with us. Really do appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
Absolutely. We'll be back in 2 shakes for the second hour. It's loosey-goosey time. In the meantime, enjoy some tunes. It's PIST Til Midnight on our station, radiofradio.com.
try, you can try to find love, to find love. You can try, you can try, you can try to find love, to find love. You can try, you can try, you can try to find love, to find love. You can try, you can try, you can try to find love, to find love. I've been wondering if I find it, yeah. Wondering where it's hiding, if it's in our nature or in my makeup. I wonder if it's in my life's design. I wanna love like day loves night, or the sun loves the moon, or nose love flower that bloom. Wide open, with heart clear and mind focused. I wanna love like it fell down and I picked it up but nobody noticed. So it's all mine. I wanna get to know it, take it out in the sunshine and spend time to love like sprinkles of ice cream or Dilla love samples and beat machines. Be enveloped in love like the mic in my grip. Hold on to love like flotation devices on sinking ships. And I got mad love to give. But do I even really know what love is? You can try, you can try, you can try to find love, to find love. You can try, you can try, you can try to find love, to find love. You can try, you can try, you can try to find love, to find love. You can try, you can try, you can try to find love, to find love. I'm not talking about the way that your mama love you, the way that your daddy hug you, or a child can console you, or the way that a pet can love you once it gets to know you. Nothing like your grandparents' love, hard fought for and earned over generations. I wanna know love for myself, let it fill me up when my heart is vacant. I want it to be patient, I want it to be kind, I want it to be mean, and I want it to be mine. I wanna know what it is to ache for somebody, not just talking their body, but the heart and soul of them. Man, I wanna take their heart and their soul from them and replace it with mine, so the four intertwine and everybody feel fine. I want love to make me tap out and say that I'm done, then breathe life back in me, let me know I'm the one. And I got mad love to give. But do I even really know what love is? You can try, you can try, you can try to find love, to find love. You can try, you can try, you can try to find love, to find love. You can try, you can try, you can try to find love, to find love. You can try, you can try, you can try to find love, to find love. Don't sell yourself to fall in love. You can try, you can try, you can try with those things you do. You can try, you can try, you can try to fall in love. You can try, you can try, you can try with those things you do. Don't sell yourself to fall in love. Don't sell yourself to fall in love. Hey.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Hour 2, which is known as Loosey Goosey Hour around these parts. Live from the new digs, the new studio here in downtown Norfolk. Thank you so much for being with us. Thank you again to Brian Hinkey, head coach of Virginia Beach City FC, for being with us in the first hour. Appreciate that. So good productive first hour. Late start to the second hour.
A little bit.
But
We're talking business.
yeah, we're doing business outside with
You're welcome.
with a soccer coach. No big deal. So
Man.
yeah, but so we got 43 minutes left, pal, to talk about stuff.
Oh, God. I've got a list.
Yep, I do too. So
Oh, okay.
where do you want to go first?
Let's go hockey because that runs long. So
Whoa.
let's talk about – you want to talk about the actual games or you want to talk about the catfish?
I don't even know where to go, man.
Right?
The thing that stands out to me is just how bad Pecorines looked. Because the score of the first game was 5-3. He let in 2 softies in that game, which is not at all like him, especially through this playoffs where he's established himself as kind of the favorite in the Conn Smythe, which is the MVP of the playoffs.
Yeah.
So, and he comes out in game 1, he lets in 5 goals, 2 of them soft. And, game 2 last night, he lets in, 1 goal through 2 periods and everything. The Preds are hanging with him. And, like we were talking about outside before we came in, man, got home and it's 4-1 and they chased Rene. Now you've got Saros who I don't even know who the hell this dude is. 3 goals that quickly into the third period and Pecorines out of the game. It's Pittsburgh's killing them, man, and I don't know what it is. If you look at it too, it's one of those things. Hockey is one of those sports where when a team's hot, when a guy's kind of down, it seems like everything bounces against that guy. If you watch the first goal by Jake Getzel, he had the entire, he had the whole side of the net covered.
Yeah.
There was a very small opening between kind of his arm and his side.
He got it through like an Adam Sandler Happy Gilmore hole.
Yeah, and Getzel happened to find the hole and the puck trickled in and Pittsburgh tied it up at 1. But so it's kind of one of those things. Everything's bouncing against Pecorine right now. Fortunately for Nashville, they've got tonight off and tomorrow night off. They don't meet again until Saturday evening at the Bridgestone Arena in Nashville, where the Predators have been insanely hot. So I fully expect Nashville to come out in Game 3 and get the win. I personally think they're going to take Games 3 and 4 at home, and it's going to go back to Schittsburg, tied 2-2 at the PPG Paints Arena. That's such a terrible arena name.
Serious, it's Pittsburgh. What do you expect?
God, it's awful, dude. So that just looking at the Stanley Cup so far, that's kind of what stands out to me, man. And it's already, if for anyone who's watched any of the series, like it got insanely physical quick.
Yes.
I mean, I was watching last night, the first period before I left out to go do lame work stuff at 9:00 at night. I mean, you've got PK Subban, getting cross-checked in the back of his neck up against the boards and shit. Sidney Crosby's getting kind of punched by Pecorine as he slides into the boards, or by PK Subban, I'm sorry, the black guy. And the physicality, man, it normally doesn't take long in a series, especially if it goes the distance. Like if this series does somehow go 7 games, the 7 games going to be a fucking knockout drag-now war, dude.
And it's going to be the best television that
it's going to be
awesome. on this summer.
It's going to be great, man. And I that's why I'm hoping more than anything, I mean, aside from just a visceral hate for the Penguins, obviously, that this thing goes the distance, because while the Penguins beat them 4-1,
it was close for 2 periods, and then they had a couple of flukes.
Exactly, and it was insanely entertaining. Like, I was watching the game last night, and that's what I was saying to her, man, while I was watching. I said, I don't understand. There's no reason for this sport to not get more viewers. It's such a freaking exciting game, dude.
It's physical. There's fighting. There's goals. There's horns. There's a rabid fan base.
Yes. for all the, baseball, there's 20 seconds between each pitch and everything else at best. Yeah, but hockey is nonstop action, dude. Even when there's nothing going on in hockey, there's shit going on.
Like here's my qualm between the NHL and the NBA as well. If the NHL has a game in February or March,
Right.
in Carolina, sure, there are going to be empty seats.
Yeah.
Because 9 times out of 10, Carolina is eliminated from playoff contention at that point.
And it's
of
Carolina.
Of course, no
Dudes are
one's
just-
going.
Yeah,
no
people
one's
are just
going.
packing dips.
No
They
one
don't
cares.
care. Yeah, exactly.
Now, when you go to Indiana, a huge basketball state, a
Yep.
huge basketball town, a town where titles have been won,
Yep.
and in March and April, there are thousands of empty seats, that's fucking ridiculous.
There's a problem.
Absolutely ridiculous. So, the fact that there's such a huge disparity between NHL and NBA, to me, is beyond bonkers. But there was also the incident, Game 1, a Nashville fan brought a catfish into PPG Paints Arena
So
in
bad.
his pants. He ziplocked this damn thing, shoved it in his pants, got through all the metal detectors and the security and everything. Like, second period, runs down from the top and just chucks this giant catfish onto the ice.
Yep.
And then he was promptly arrested and charged with a ton of charges, like
As he should have
disorderly
been.
conduct.
Yeah.
Bullshit. They throw fucking octopuses onto the ice in Detroit. Nobody arrests those people.
I know. I'm just me personally, and it's not even the animal thing with me and the way I am with that, man. I just don't throw dead shit onto the ice, man. Like when somebody threw a dead duck onto the ice when they were playing Anaheim, you're a fucking classless idiot. I don't like, and for the record, for everyone who's been with us since the start of our show a year and change ago, if you remember last year, Philly guy, but I even ripped the Flyers fans for throwing them glow bracelets onto the ice during the game.
And I'm a guy, it's tradition to throw your own hat onto the ice. Fuck off.
See, that I get.
Fuck no.
That
fuck
I
off.
get.
Fuck off. If you can throw a hat onto the ice, you can throw a goddamn catfish. That's all I have to say on the subject.
No, but it's in your aesthetically, you're right. But it's okay if when you come to the arena, if you have a hat on, you don't have the intention of throwing it onto the ice. If somebody scores a hat trick, guess what? Now you have a dilemma. Do I get rid of my hat or no? And yeah, I'm throwing.
No.
Personally, I would throw my hat just to say I did it. As long as it was like this one, I wouldn't throw because I like this hat. I've worn it on the show a lot.
A lot.
But to go through the effort of putting a fish in a Ziploc bag and putting it in your drawers.
That's hilarious to me.
It is.
It's great. It's awesome
but
television.
No
one does that in the NBA.
No, they don't.
The last
Nobody
time a fish got punched, Ron Artest was throwing blows in the Malice at the Palace. Okay.
That was great. I love that, by the way.
Yes, everyone loved that, but that's the last time anything fishy happened in the NBA. Except for that one referee because he's a piece of shit.
Well, some would say since Durant joined Golden State, there's a lot of people ripping him, dude.
Dude, fuck off. Leave him be.
I don't get it. Like, I'm scrolling up and down Facebook, and it's, fuck Kevin Durant. If somebody if you like Kevin Durant, then you probably wear a romper.
Hey, I wore a romper. It was nice.
Like, why the hate? Which, by the way, 4 minutes left in the game. The Warriors are up 105-84 on the game. I love it. I'm glad, dude.
So happy.
I want Golden State to win,
So
and I am so not a Golden State fan. But
I don't care. Okay, transition real quick. I don't care. I do care about LeBron having his house tagged with racial epithets.
Yeah.
That's fucked. No one needs to be doing that. I don't care if you're a Golden State fan. I don't care if you're a Cleveland fan. I don't care if you're a damn Oklahoma City fan. I don't care if you're a Wyoming Jackoffs fan. You don't need to be writing the N-word on somebody's house, whether it's some down old country boy down in Mississippi or some big star who's got 7 houses, 17 cars, and millions of dollars in the bank because he plays a sport. I don't care who it is. That shit needs to stop because you're a worthless piece of scum human being.
I agree. I mean, that was my first thing. And, as much as I have turned on LeBron in terms of being a fan of his, I mean, He's classy as hell, man. He handled it as well as anybody.
He really, really did.
You know, I mean, he's a classy son of a bitch. No matter how much, you know.
We don't like him for basketball.
Yeah, exactly. You know, I want him to lose the finals. But even that being said, if the Cavs win, I'm probably not going to lose a lot of sleep, you know.
Nope.
I'm not a Golden State fan. I'm not rocking a Draymond jersey.
Right.
You know what I mean?
You support Ben Simmons, who hasn't played 1 minute.
Exactly. What do I know? I was riding Joel Embiid's dick for 2 years.
Sorry.
You know? Who I love, by the way.
But yeah, man, it's gotten to a point in sports now where, you know, instead, like, because I was sitting on a couch all day long, and all day long I had on sports.
Right.
And instead of talking about the NBA finals like they should have been for 100% of the time, because it's appropriate, or maybe 95, because the NHL, because Stanley Cup's going on.
Yeah.
But instead of talking about the finals, at least 50% of the talk was talking about LeBron's house.
Yeah, which is ridiculous.
Which, in and of itself, LeBron's house, we don't need to be talking about.
Nope.
But then, the fact of what happened to LeBron's house, that makes it even worse.
Yeah.
And it's disgusting. So, the fact that my television time was taken away because somebody wanted to write the N-bomb and spray paint on somebody's siding because they don't like them, that person could go fucking rot in hell.
Yeah, I mean, and again, you think we would live at as much as unfortunate as it is, I mean, it's 2017, and we've come a long way in many ways, but
in a lot of ways.
Racism's never going to die. It's never going to die.
Nope, not as long as Russians are alive.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Amen. Not as long as we keep electing idiots as our president.
Hey.
Side note, Kathy Griffin, though, dude.
Hey, that Kathy Griffin.
Should we address
girl.
that?
I don't 20 seconds, go.
I have no problems admitting that I wanted to set that picture as my cover photo on the Book of Faces for a day.
I wasn't
just to see the reaction.
I wasn't that extreme, but I did not find any problem with it whatsoever. Considering that we've hung Obama and Clinton in effigy for years and no one's ever said a damn word.
Yep.
Somebody famous does it in one picture, one time, and all of a sudden it's the end of the world. No, go eat a dick.
Yeah.
Like, it's not in the best of taste. I get that. I know it's rather offensive. Guess what? It's art. It was supposed to be.
Yeah.
It's a kind of sleazy low-end type of art. I'm not going to say it's a goddamn Picasso, but hey, she has a platform. She used it.
Exactly.
Did she deserve to lose her job on CNN over it? Yeah. Doesn't make sense for a quote-unquote family brand to be associated with someone who, in effigy, beheaded the president, but at the same time, her Facebook page blew up. Her comedy tour that she's got coming up, I'm sure, is going to be bananas.
Yeah.
No, it's going to be on.
Yeah.
Like, she's going to have a comedy tour that she's going to run herself, and I'm damn sure that all of those shows are going to sell out.
Yeah, probably for
without
the wrong reasons
question.
now. Yeah.
But you know what?
It's attention. That's what matters.
Good job to
now.
her. She's getting paid.
Well, yeah, and I think if you look at what she did, I mean, it's a lot different. It's nowhere near on the same wavelength as spelling out Obama with the O as a noose, and I've seen that before. You know what I mean? Like, that's, really.
I'm going under my own table for a second.
No, you're good. Like, that's okay, but we can't hold up a mock decapitated head of Trump. And part of me that was into it.
My son saw this. It's not cool.
Yeah. You
Fuck
know
your
what?
son.
Yeah, explain to him that it's special effects, that it's makeup, that it's art, because that's where I went initially. I looked at it, I'm like, that's a sick job, dude. Like, horror movie guy. Like, I looked like Tom Savini back in the day. That's sick, dude.
When you don't care that the things that you say online might have an effect on the now former president's children, but all of a sudden you want to play the kid card, get fucked.
Exactly.
Like, yes, kids shouldn't be fucked with, but at the same time, if you're not going to censor yourself and you're not going to, if you're not going to stop yourself from bringing kids into it before now that your child might be effective, you really can't put your horse in the race now because you've lost out on that opportunity.
Yep.
Like, is it cool that your kid shouldn't be online? He's 11.
That's the beginning of it. No, but see, dude, computers and iPhones, they're babysitters.
Yep.
That's the way it works.
Yeah, that kid's got 7 handlers, so that he bosses around, and they're all from other countries, I'm sure, which is such a sad backwards, hypocritical ideal. But
Yep.
God, this is the world we live in, and ain't it fucking fun?
Yeah, not a ton.
Switching back to hockey real quick. Have you seen the new Admirals logo?
I have not. Let me look it up.
Go on our page, scroll down until under the first video that we posted. It's like 1 or 2 posts under that.
All right.
I am unimpressed.
See, I forgot that they're going to, because Edmonton now.
Here's the thing. They did, you mean Nashville?
Nashville, that's right. I'm
They
an idiot.
did a live reveal at Waterside. And
Did they?
you could hear a pin drop when they dropped the logo. And it was the most awkward thing because their PR guy, I've met their PR guy before because my brother is like besties with him. But their PR guy had to turn around and make it seem like it was the greatest thing in the world. What they have done, for those who haven't seen it yet, you can go on Norfolk Admirals Facebook page. It's up there. What they have done is they have revamped the original Admirals logo from back in '87.
Yeah.
Now, it doesn't look bad, but it doesn't look good either. It does not live up to the hype. Like, this is a kind of logo that had they just changed it, no one would have been like the reaction would have been semi-bad, but it wouldn't have been like
Yeah.
horrifying and defeating.
Like the Flyers 50th anniversary sweaters. When you're sending out promos.
Yeah, that's exactly what it was. They hyped this shit up so much, and then it was just like, that's it.
Oh, resounding popcorn fart.
Yeah. and
I
like-
don't hate it because that's where I went initially was, it looks like the old school logo.
Yeah, but it's not horrible. So for those who haven't seen it, it's the old logo just revamped. It's a blue background in a circle. Around the edge of the circle is a gold sailor's rope. In the middle is a blue anchor. And then surrounded by that is a smaller yellow circle with 5 blue stars around the anchor. And then in white in the blue section, it says Norfolk Admirals.
If anything, I don't like the font. Norfolk Admirals could be in a better font.
I like the font personally. This will look pretty sick on a sweater depending on what they put on the front. If they put this on the front of the sweater, I might gag a little. I like this as a sleeve logo. I don't like
Shoulders.
this. Yeah, this is
Yeah.
a shoulder logo. I expected something much more fierce because of the fact that the Predators are now our affiliate.
Right.
There were a couple of pictures going around of it was like an image. You know what the Providence Friars logos look like? The logo?
No, but I will look it up.
Look it up real quick. There was an image that was going around that was similar to the Providence Friars logo. It was an old sea captain type look. It was dark. It was broody. It was moody. It had the feeling
Yeah.
of "Don't talk to me. I'm going to kick your ass."
See, I like that.
It was a little Captain Ahab mixed with a little Popeye. It looked strong. It looked fierce. It looked badass. That was one of the logos that was rumored to be going around, and it had had an anchor on the shoulder, and it had a couple other little minor details. I would have loved for that for that to have been the logo over this. I would have been happy all day long. But instead, we get something that really sums up in 3 letters. Meh. That's all it is. So, you looking at the Friars logo?
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah, it's a very similar
it would be
vibe to
nice.
that. Is what was rumored to be done. So, yeah, I mean, obviously, we're ECHL now. So, it just, this logo gives me the same vibe that the Chargers logo gave me.
It looks, yeah.
It's just
it
like,
looks like
oh,
the old Admirals logo and the new Chargers logo got together and fucked and had a kid.
Pretty much.
That's what it looks like. Warriors are up 1-0 in the series, by the way, 113-91.
Weed.
Like, that's a stunner.
But yeah, I'm not thrilled with the logo, but hey, is what it is.
Yeah. We'll see what they do with it when the sweaters come out.
Yeah. Real quick, just to touch on some more local stuff for you guys. Virginia Wesleyan College softball brought home a national championship this past week. They defeated, not Ferrum. Oh, I forget the name of the college. It's going to kick my butt later. They won the Division III College Softball World Series, brought home a natty. So huge things here in Virginia Beach and Norfolk in this 757 area. We have national champions. And guess what? It's not ODU. So ODU, NSU, William and Mary, CNU. Well, CNU's won a couple of titles in a couple different sports, but these big universities, now they got to step it up. They got to step it up big time.
Yeah.
That's the big deal. So that's that. Tiger Woods.
That was fun on Memorial Day. I initially, when you see DUI, your mind immediately goes to being
drunk.
Yeah, hammered.
Shit-faced.
Why are you behind the wheel?
He blew a 0.
Yeah, like, oh wait, what is painkillers?
Good job, dummy.
Yeah, good job, stupid.
Have you seen the tape?
No, I've not.
Oh man, dude, he was wobbling worse than an episode of Cops.
The mugshot is phenomenal. If you have not seen the Tiger Woods mugshot, you've been living under a rock for days.
Looks like Russell Wilson
Yeah.
after that thrown pick in the Super Bowl.
Yeah. The mugshot looks like, because see, that's what I saw with the DUI thing at first.
Yeah.
And I was like, whoa.
What?
Wow.
There goes his
But-
golf career.
Yeah. It's still not what I would call excusable, but I mean, it's a lot more forgivable than, hey, I just drank a fifth of vodka, dare me to drive.
Yeah, because if
painkillers are different for a guy that's had chronic back problems.
if it was painkillers and alcohol,
Right.
then we have problems. But it's just the painkillers and, hey, holy hell, I feel like shit today. I'm going to take a couple extras.
Yeah.
And then when you're under the influence, your body does really weird things.
Right.
So, like, for me personally, I meant to share this with you before, but I forgot.
It's all right.
So I was Chris, if you're listening, turn it off for 2 minutes. Mom, if you're listening, turn it off.
No, Mom, stay in.
So I've been, because I'm technically homeless right now. So I split time between my mother's house and my grandmother's house. My grandmother's house is where I used to live. My mom's house is in Portsmouth. I've been splitting time between the two for the past 2-3 weeks. So the other night I was at my grandmother's house, and I remember getting in bed, and it was about 2 o'clock in the morning. I got in bed, and I don't wear clothes when I sleep.
Okay.
It's healthy. Fuck off.
Hey, I'm not judging.
Oh, I know you're not,
Sleeping
but
nude is
listeners
fun.
are. But anyway, so I'm sleeping. I gotta pee, so I get up to pee. It's like 3:30. Somehow, walking between my room or the bathroom and my old bedroom, I started sleepwalking. But when I sleepwalk, I remember bits and pieces. And it doesn't happen often, but it always happens at my grandma's house. It never happens anywhere else.
Okay. That is weird.
I walk out of the bathroom into the hallway. It's 4 steps from my bedroom door. Instead, I take a sharp left, butt-ass naked, walk down the hallway, go sleep, and I go lay down on the couch, butt-ass naked. And I remember I used a pillow to cover up. That was it. Like, I remember putting the pillow on myself,
Shit.
laying down, and then I woke up 5 hours later. Sun, rooster crowing. And I wake up and I'm on the couch, naked. And I'm like, I didn't drink. I didn't do any illegal drugs.
Right.
This is just, and all I could think of was like, damn, I'm tired. So I went back in my room and back to sleep for a couple hours. It was the fucking weirdest experience. Like, because it happens every now and again, but and every time I end up naked. I hate it. Every time I sleepwalk, I end up naked, and I don't know how. But yeah, it was the weirdest experience. So that's what I'm sure Tiger Woods felt like at that moment. That's what I let it all back to. Me sleepwalking naked is Tiger Woods drunk on painkillers.
Me plus Tiger Woods equals weird.
Exactly.
I've never sleepwalked, man.
It's an interesting experience.
Yeah. But I know people that have, and they're like, dude, like, I guess you have no consciousness of it whatsoever as it's going on. Like and I've always heard too, like, if you encounter a sleepwalker, not to fuck with them. that you should not mess with them at all under any circumstance because it's the equivalent of
Waking up an angry drunk retard.
Tapping a Vietnam veteran on the shoulder from behind.
Kind of, yeah, but there are some like that's kind of a myth. Like it depends on the type of person, depends on the type of sleepwalking. So it's a kind of a meh thing. Like if my grandma had popped out of her bedroom, I'd have like jumped in the nearest open door and be like, "Grandma, go back to bed." Like I'd have been instantly awake. I wouldn't have like beat the living shit out of her and woken up in the morning to to American Horror Story in my living room.
Chunks.
Exactly.
Although that would be funny.
I wouldn't Bateman the shit out of her.
Dude.
My uncle would hate me for that, though. But I'd take care of a lot of family problems.
Right?
What do we got? 41.
Yeah.
All right. So Tiger Drunk. All right. The last big. No. Well, we got two more on my list.
All right.
Harper fight. Who won? Who? God damn it! I keep breaking my pen. Who got the worst end of the deal after the suspensions? The Nationals or the Giants?
I think it's got to be the Nationals because what kills me is with these baseball suspensions when they suspend a pitcher,
it's for 6 games that they're not pitching, but for 1.
Right, exactly. I think by the time they extended it to 6, he actually misses 2, but and Harper got reduced from
4 to 3.
4 to 3, yeah. So I mean, suspension-wise, but realistically, though, part of me doesn't really think it matters because there's so many games.
Yeah, 162 games. What's 3 going to matter?
Yeah, exactly.
That's a quick stint on the DL.
Right. I love that it happened. It's
that helmet throw though. He's not gonna like.
Terrible.
Dan Snyder saw that and I said, I don't even want him playing for the Redskins.
Yeah, dude, that was worse than Alex Smith's dodgeball throw.
Woo! That's fucked.
But what it comes back to for me all the time, man, is with these baseball unwritten rules. It's letting children run the house. It's letting kids decide what's for dinner every night.
Yeah.
I'm going to throw at you for some shit that happened 3 years ago. Come on, man. Get over it. We're grown men here, and I understand. And I can totally. I have the grudge.
Like
holder.
he's our age.
Yeah. Well, I can be a bit of a grudge holder depending on like what you do.
Yeah, but one baseball.
Yeah, 3 years later too, though. Like I'm not going to come up and punch you in the face or throw something at your head.
I'm going to get angry with you.
Yeah, I probably just won't talk to you or tell you to fuck off.
If you're like, I'm sorry, give me 15 minutes, then you can come tell me you're sorry because right now I want to punch your face.
Exactly.
But I'm not going to actively charge you. I'm not going to chase you down the damn street. Hanging on to a rib out of my mouth and some mac and cheese on my plate going, come back here, you fucker. I'm going to stab you with my fork.
Yeah, dude.
With my Chinette set.
I don't get it, man.
I'm going to slice your throat with this acrylic plate.
Yeah. Acrylic plate.
That's all it is, dude.
With my fine china.
Fucking fancy acrylic plates.
Yeah, baseball needs to get over themselves, man.
They really do. It's baseball. What do you expect?
I know, and that it's the baseball people. Oh, you don't understand.
No, I don't, because your sport's shit.
Yeah, exactly.
It's boring and it's slow, and it's only good for eating hot dogs and peanuts and staring at hot women in short shorts.
Right. Maybe the reason we don't is because we're not 85 and white.
Or 12.
Yeah.
Those are the only 2 demographics that truly enjoy baseball games, like, to the max.
Baseball purist is the worst, dude.
Yeah, it really is.
Baseball purist is the worst. Like, I hate hockey purist, but it's not nearly as bad as baseball purist.
No.
Baseball.
Soccer purists aren't. Like, there's hooligans and then there's purists. There's a complete difference between the two.
What category are you?
I'm a fanatic, which is a third category. Because hooligans are people who go to soccer matches to destroy shit. Purists are people who don't like a lot of the changes that are coming to the game, like video replay, diving, and the pussy soccer player. I'm a fanatic. I will absorb any and all soccer that I can. I love watching the game. I love coaching. I love reffing. I love just being around soccer.
Right.
So I would say that you're probably the same with hockey.
Yeah.
And I
Hockey
think we're
and
both football fanatics.
Yeah. Dude, I'll watch high school football.
Exactly.
I don't care.
Speaking of football,
shall we get into the draft?
Why the fuck did you give me that piece of shit?
What
Really?
piece of shit?
The piece of shit that just got a DWI after his own fucking party.
Wait, what?
You didn't hear about this? Nolan Carroll.
Oh, really?
That twat waffle.
He was a free agent. You guys didn't have to sign him.
We threw him a welcoming party. He got too drunk. Everyone told him not to drive. He got a fucking DUI. Then came back and personally apologized to the team later.
There's two things that I
am angry at you.
I didn't. First of all, you guys signed him as a free agent, so that's your own fault.
I don't care. I'm angry at you.
Second of all, I told you it wasn't going to work out.
Shut up. I know.
So, you guys threw a welcoming party for a shitty cornerback.
We throw every team throws every new guy a welcoming party unless you're a rookie. Then you get dunked in a toilet.
Yeah, exactly. Then you get shit in your bags.
Your chains get tossed in the in the urinals.
The other thing is they told him not to drive. Why not call him an Uber? Why did they go, oh, don't drive? Oh, look, Nolan's got his keys in his hands. Fuck it, he'll be all right.
From the way I understood it, apparently he is a crafty, sneaky son of a bitch when he's hammered, and he snuck out.
Okay.
Like he had handlers, got away from them.
Handlers.
Yeah, because I'm sure any event that anybody, if I am an NFL owner, NHL, MLB, NBA, MLS,
yeah,
I've got a bunch of handlers at this party.
Yep.
Their job is to make sure shit doesn't pop off, and their job is to make sure that all the players get home safely, because I have money invested in these motherfuckers.
Exactly.
So their job is to make sure that if anybody gets too crazy, everybody knows who the handlers are, and if somebody comes to the handlers and says, hey, we need to take care of Home Slice over there,
yeah.
If Home Slice is acting up, I handle him. He's handled.
Yep.
But
Your handler's fucked up.
Yeah, they don't move.
That or Nolan's Houdini.
Nolan went fucking Dora the goddamn Explorer.
No shit, man.
Where's Nolan? Where's Nolan? Where are my parents?
Yeah, he's gonna turn into an urban legend now, dude.
Right?
Jesus Christ.
God, he's got his own urban dictionary. Wow, I just forgot the word for definition. Shut up, Justin. Justin's over here just laughing at my dumbassery right now.
Yeah, this is the first time you've been in studio for one of our shows in a while. Are you surprised at how far downhill it's gone?
I think he actually missed us, is the thing.
Yeah, probably.
At least us. Chocolate milk and waffles, maybe not. But us. No, it's because we've spent so much time with George and Terrell and all of their crazy crew.
Yeah.
It's one of those things is, you missed out on all the experiences. You missed out on the live band.
Yeah, dude.
You missed out on so much. See, with us, what you see is what you get. You get two fat white guys talking shit about sports and
swearing
stuff.
A lot.
Yeah, not being kid friendly.
Yeah, exactly. Side note: somebody did comment on the. Do you know a Monique Dutre?
That's my mother.
Oh, okay.
Shit, did she comment about?
She commented language. No.
Oh God, thank God, Jesus.
What's up, Mom?
Oh God, thank Jesus. And everybody knows I'm an atheist, so the fact that I'm thinking Jesus should tell you something.
He's really serious now.
I really didn't want her to hear that bit. Maybe I shouldn't have told that one. I don't give a shit.
No,
dude, I've waxed my legs and my armpits on air. I don't care at this point.
And we've told a lot of...
Oh, we've told so many tales.
Yeah.
So many tales.
Like when we make it big, and we will make it big,
Oh, we got to replay all this shit.
Because we're from California and everything.
I want to utilize that green screen so bad.
I know.
Right? Just play video highlights. We're going to be like ESPN East. Or ESPN South, technically.
Dude.
I
want to play. You know what this would have worked really good for? The porn star draft. I feel like we need to do.
Put it on the green
screen. We need to do a third porn star draft now that we have a green screen.
Justin?
We can use the mute button for that.
Justin?
No, we don't want to ruin everything this soon.
We'll do skimpy bikinis and lingerie.
Yeah, just some pictures, no videos.
Maybe a nipple or two. Get Matt here in the studio. Oh my God, titties! Oh my God! That will be the turn of heel Matt. Back to heel Matt again because he got titties in the studio.
Right?
All right, you got any topics, man? I'm run fresh out.
No, you pretty much covered everything I thought. And at this point, I think we're a little too late for a draft. So I say we just fuck off for the next 8 minutes.
We got 6 minutes for a draft. We can do 4 rounds. I got paper here.
All right. What do you want to do? You want to do the one we were talking about?
Yeah.
All right. End zone celebrations.
End zone celebration.
We were talking about it last week since they relaxed the rules.
Yeah.
So, who the hell picked first last week?
Me, because we couldn't remember.
Okay. Give me the Icky Shuffle first.
The Icky Shuffle?
All day, dude. Icky Woods.
Is that Iggy or Icky?
Icky. Ickey. Icky Woods. He did a little this. He did a little that on the feet and spiked the ball.
Okay.
It looked like me attempting to dance when I'm drunk. But although I think I look really awesome.
You do.
No, I don't. Me dancing is a mess.
I know, and it's great for video.
What I look like is Icky Woods doing the Icky Shuffle.
That's going to be our first Instagram live videos. I'm going to get you drunk and make you dance.
If you get me
No
drunk
homo.
enough to where I want to dance, dude, I need to be stripped of my keys and personal belongings immediately so I don't pull a Nolan Carroll.
Oh, way to rub it in, asshole. All right, I'm going number 1 overall. I'm going with the popcorn touchdown.
Okay,
T.O.
T.O. You're writing this down, right?
Yeah, no,
All right.
I'm just letting it roll off the tongue.
All right, cool.
Asshole.
On the seat of the pants.
Right?
Number 2, give me Merton Hanks in the chicken thing, the chicken neck thing you used to do.
Hank's Chicken. That's what I'm going to put down here.
Yep, that'll work.
Hank's Chicken. All right, number 2 for me.
Yep.
Give me the Dirty Bird.
That's a
J.
good
Ma
one.
Anderson.
That's a good
Dirty
one.
Bird, Dirty Bird, Dirty Bird.
That's a good one.
Oh, I missed that touchdown dance so much.
All right, let's see. Give me I'm going to go with Ocho Cinco doing the river dance. That one always made me laugh.
Oh, Ocho Cinco River Dance. That
Yep.
is good. All right. My third, classic. Saints, 2005. Joe Horn pulling out a cell phone.
Phone.
Joe Horn cell phone.
He used to be so much fun.
Dude, he was one of the best receivers in the league. It was great. And then shit happened.
Yep.
And the Saints got good.
Yeah.
That's literally what it was. That was the death of Joe Horn. The Saints getting good.
Yeah, and then he went away for good.
Right.
All right, I've got one in my head, but I want to see if I'm missing anything.
I mean, there's bajillions.
I know.
How many? I wonder how many touchdowns have been scored in the NFL.
Like ever?
Yeah.
Dude.
Lots,
Lots, kid. All right.
Harvard Yard lied.
There's one when T.O., before I started to hate him, the good year he had in Philly, we played the Browns.
Uh-huh.
And it was in the dog pound, and there was like a sign up in the end zone about him. And it was like it was a go route. McNabb hit him, boom, over the top, and he just sprinted to the end zone, gone.
Yeah.
And he didn't break stride. It was like right in the end zone behind the goalpost. He caught it was on the right side of the field. He catches the ball, and as he's running through the back of the end zone, he didn't even break stride. He just reaches his arm out, and as he's running, tears the sign down with him. And I laughed so hard during that celebration. So T.O. ripping down the Cleveland Browns dude sign.
All right. My fourth, because I find this hilarious, and because it's something that I would do.
Oh, fuck, there was one. I missed one.
It can be 5. We got time for 5.
All right, go ahead. Unless you take it.
Then I'm gonna go with my other fourth.
All right.
Mile High Salute.
Okay.
Terrell Davis,
Terrell
man.
Davis.
Mile High Salute.
All right. The one that I just got really my Rachel Nichols of end zone celebrations.
Oh.
Remember after Plaxico Burress shot himself? Stevie Johnson for the Bills.
No!
Played for the Jets.
Yeah.
When he acted like he shot himself. Stevie Johnson was awesome for like 5 minutes.
Yes. Remember how high he used to go in fantasy?
Yeah, and then he went to San Diego and nobody cared anymore.
Nope.
Ironically, once he got a quarterback.
True. All right, my last one is one of my favorite things, just because of how non-celebratory this is, and it's totally this guy who would do it. Andrew Luck just handing the ball off to the referee. We're gonna call it lucking. He just scores touchdown, does like a little fist bump with his teammates, and then just hands the ball to the referee. He almost like shakes his hand too.
Like the white Barry Sanders.
Exactly. And then he just walks to the sideline.
That's all right. I'm done now.
That's our draft.
Yep.
Hey, we got it in. We still got what? 5 minutes?
About 2 or 3.
Oh, 2 or 3. Okay.
You got a last call, pal?
Huh?
You got a last call?
-7. What do you mean? I thought we were. I know, but I thought.
All right.
Okay, we'll talk after.
Yeah.
Okay. For me. Sorry. Wow. Last call. Justin, you distracted me.
Yeah. Jesus, Justin.
No, he's Justin, not Jesus.
I don't know that beard, dude. I'm
Domine
jealous of
Padre.
Justin. I'm
Right?
jealous as shit of his beard.
Right? Just want to shave it off his face and glue it to your own.
Yeah, exactly.
Thanks again to Brian Hinkey for coming out tonight from Virginia Beach City FC. We will have him on next week to kind of recap the match between VBC FC and Legacy 76 out of Williamsburg. Again, that match will start at 7 o'clock on Saturday evening. Tickets are $7 online, $9 at the gate. I will be there to check it out, catch all the action live, so you can come find me. We can hang out, grab a beer. Party starts at 3:30 over at the Field House, the Virginia Beach Field House. And then the women's match starts at 4:30. If you get tickets for the women's match, you also get to stay for the men's match. So super awesome deal. You get 180 minutes of soccer if you come out early, come support the VBCFC women and the VBCFC men. Again, thank you to Brian for all that he and the club do here locally and for us here at the station. Thank you. Looking forward to seeing you guys next week.
Yeah, looking forward to doing some stuff with them in the future. That's why intermission
took so long.
Yeah, that's why it was basically a period, kids. So every now and then, Grome's got to handle business. So
we grown ups.
Yeah, that's what we were doing. So,
I'm a big kid now.
Yeah, thanks to Brian Hinkey for dealing with my ignorant bullshit. But I'm fired up to go out there in 2 weeks, man, and check the game out. We should do like PIST parties, people that come out and hang with us.
Yes.
You know?
Yes.
Sign some autographs.
Dude,
do
I'm
some
down.
selfies. Fuck yeah. So,
all right.
This weekend, go hang out with James. My kid's birthday party is this weekend, so I will not be able to show up.
Yeah, you don't want to go to that party.
You don't. I don't want to go to that party, but I don't have a choice.
Nope. Good job, stupid.
Yeah, good job, dummy.
You had to go and get your noodle wet.
Yeah, I know, right? It's like we said, that's when life gets difficult, dude.
No, life ain't difficult when my noodles get wet. It's pretty simple. Forwards, backwards.
That's when it starts. That's when the ancillary stuff starts, though. Prior to that, I was like, wow, life was easy.
Yep.
Football practice and instant messaging. That was it.
When you get laid, the first time life gets hard.
Welcome to your life sucking
Hey,
for
man.
good. So yeah, thanks to Brian Hinkey for coming out. I also, funny you say the atheist thing, because I don't, I'm not an atheist, but I don't pray a lot.
Right.
For those who do, say a prayer for your boy, because I got an interview at the shipyard next Wednesday. So 9 years later, I've been trying to get my job back there for the past 9 years. It appears the cards have finally aligned, the stars finally aligned, whatever. So hopefully that works out. I will actually be praying for that work to work out. So it's gonna feel weird to get rekindled with the big guy who's got a Justin beard. So
You calling him fat? You fat shaming? What's wrong with you? Did you just assume his gender? Not Justin, the big guy.
yeah, and his color, and all that shit. How do you know he's a white guy?
Are you gonna sever his head in effigy?
Nah, I need
The big guy, not Justin.
Yeah, I need the shipyard to work out, dude. I can't sever anybody's heads yet.
Understood.
Yet.
Understood.
All right, so this is awesome, man. I can't wait to come back here next week.
Yes, this is gonna be a blast.
Yeah, Brian Hinkey will be with us next week for a little bit to talk about what happens in the game against Legacy. So, yeah, thanks to him for coming out. this week. Look forward to having them next week. We're making friends. The show's got pals now. So,
Friends,
yeah.
ones we can't depend on.
We'll do a Kumbaya episode eventually.
I'm done. I'm just done.
That'll be the year 2 anniversary show.
Exactly.
So we're going to get the fuck out of here. I got to go to work, and we're going to harass Justin while he's here for a little bit. So that, and I also really got to pee. So thanks for sticking around. We will see you guys next week. Same time, same place. New studio here in Norfolk. So come say what's up. Go say what's up to James on Saturday at the Virginia Beach City FC game. And we're out of here, people. We're running late, so we gotta bounce. We'll see you next week. It's PIST Til Midnight on our station, radiofradio.com.
Bye.